Welcome to an episode of Keeping Up with the Bears. I'm here with Brown basketball's very own Mr. Paxson. Wojcik, how are you today, Pax?
I'm doing well, Gabby. How are you?
I'm good. The team is on a roll right now. They're 6-6 in league play and one game out of playoff contention. Pax, what are your thoughts on that?
We've had a great year so far. We started well with the non-conference schedule, had some nice wins, and then we started off slow in Ivies, but we had like a 5-game win streak kind of in the middle stretch. Tough weekend last weekend, but we've done enough to put ourselves in position to, like you said, get that fourth spot in the playoff race. So we're excited about that.
Now, although you guys have started slow, you haven't. You are actually having a monster year for yourself. 14 points, 7 rebounds, and 3 assists. What's it like knowing that you're doing the best you can and being a really key role for this team?
It's been great. We had some key losses last year, losing guys like Ticho, Jalen Gainey. Coming into this year, I knew that we were going to have some people kind of pick up the slack. We kind of hit the ground running with that. Keno, Nana, myself. Kalu stepped in when he was healthy too. But it's been, a team effort. It's nice, having, great players to play alongside. They make it easy for me. But it's definitely felt good to, feel like I've been making a difference and helping my team out.
Now, you guys have also been playing against not only great players, but great teams as well. One that was actually coached by your dad. Can you talk a little bit about that experience?
Yeah, so it was really cool. Coach Martin does a really cool thing each year with the seniors on the team. He usually plays an away game in their home state or in their hometown, just so you can go home and play in front of family and friends and whatnot. So the game that I chose was to play against Michigan State, where my father coaches, and it was really cool for me and my family and all my friends. It was definitely weird kind of seeing him on the other sideline, but looking back on it, it's definitely a cool experience. And once the ball, got tipped, it was just another game.
Not only did you play against your dad, you also play against your brother in league play as he goes to Harvard. What's that like for you, and also like for your parents? Like, what do they cheer for?
Yeah, it's definitely really fun. My brother's probably my best friend, so being able to play against him is really cool. I definitely appreciate seeing him or matching up against him, and it's really cool for my parents as well. My mother's been able to be at all the Brown Harvard games. My dad's just seen one just because he's busy with his season, but my mom usually sits behind the home team's bench and kind of cheers for both teams, but kind of cheers for the home team. And recently, she actually, for this year, she got a custom like half Brown, half Harvard shirt made. Yeah. So she's not as conflicted. She can represent both schools, both
the
boys.
The Kelsey brothers in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, at the same time.
Do your teammates always like joke about you playing against your brother when you guys are doing the scouting report against Harvard?
Yeah, they definitely do. It's one of those things where we're aware of him on the other team, and I'm sure when Harvard's talking about it, they're aware of me. But it's definitely funny because you kind of want to shut them down and beat them and hope that they don't well. But at the same time, personally, you're kind of rooting for your family to succeed and be happy too. So you want to beat them, but not too bad maybe.
Also, your team, you guys are a very close-knit group. What's it like, being with them on and off the court?
It's awesome. Like you said, we're very close. It's a great group of guys, and it makes it easier. College basketball, college athletics is hard. Sometimes for all of us. Balancing sports and academics and your social life, but having a close group of people that you really enjoy being around makes it a lot more fun because you spend most of your time with them, whether it's lift, practice, travel. So it's definitely been great to just be around a great group and a great coaching staff. It makes it a lot more fun.
Now, my favorite part of watching you guys is especially the celebrations. Your bench goes crazy. I see Malachi gets hyped like every game, and I love it.
The best.
Now, what if you had that role as like the hype guy? What's your go-to celebration after a three, a block, a dunk, something?
Yeah.
Like, what do you do?
After a three, I like a bunch of different ones. My favorite, I don't think I've pulled it out this season, but I might have to with 2 games left, is just kind of like the 3 goggles.
Yeah.
Throwing those out, those are pretty fun. And then after a dunk, I don't dunk, but my teammates, after their dunks, I like the head tap.
I knew it.
On
What's
the head.
that mean?
It's like you dunk it on someone's head, put him on a poster. It's his head tap. You put it on his head.
Head tap. Nice.
So I like that one, and sometimes you'll see like the crowd and everyone else doing it too. So it's pretty infectious.
That's awesome. That kind of makes me feel like you're in like an NBA atmosphere. And
Yeah.
someday, if you ever aspire to be in the NBA, what player do you emulate, or what player do you want to be, or kind of just admire?
I think I'll give you a player, growing up that's not in the league anymore, and then one now. So growing up, I was a huge fan of Manu Ginobili, on the Spurs for a long time. World champ. Just really loved his passion for the game and his skill level and kind of craftiness. And that's someone who I've kind of grown up aspiring to be like and taking things from his game. So he's a great one. And then a current NBA player that I love to watch is Devin Booker. Just his skill level, his footwork, his shot creation is really impressive, and it's just beautiful to watch. So I love watching him too play.
Now, speaking of NBA players, you actually played with and against a couple in high school. Now, can you name a couple of those big time players?
For sure, yeah. So I went to Lalamere, which is a boarding school in Indiana, and it's kind of turned into like a really good basketball program, basketball powerhouse nationally. So I transferred there my sophomore year, and that year the seniors on the team were Jaren Jackson Jr., who played at Michigan State, was just recently in the All-Star game, plays for the Grizzlies. Jordan Poole was with the Warriors, went to Michigan. Brian Bowen, he was a two-way guy in the NBA for a long time. And then my junior year, Isaiah Stewart came. He's with the Pistons. And a bunch of other high major players. Jeremy Sohan, he's with the Spurs now. Jaden Ivey's with the Pistons too. So those are all guys that have been through that program recently. But yeah, it was a really cool experience. Definitely was a wake-up call for me. You go from middle school to that sort of situation, and you kind of, realize, wow, like maybe I'm not as good as I thought I was.
A little humbling.
Yeah, definitely humbling. But at the same time, when you're playing against the best, you're only going to get better. And then from a confidence standpoint, you play against guys who are in the NBA now, the best players in the world. You kind of tell yourself, hey, like I can go up against anyone and, hold my own. So definitely really cool.
Absolutely. Aside from the basketball questions, we got some non-basketball
Here we
questions
go.
about all the fun stuff. So as I mentioned before, you guys are an extremely tight-knit group. I want to know, who is the funniest on the team?
Funniest on the team, my vote personally would be Sam Flores, my roommate. I think he's got a great sense of humor, but we do have a lot of funny guys on the team. I will say that. So I'll say, Dan Friday, Kimo Ferrari, Nana Usunane.
Just keep naming the whole roster.
Yeah, I mean, we are pretty funny. What can I say? Brown Bears, they're funny guys.
You're gonna have to see it for yourself.
Yeah, but I think Sam's the top spot for me.
And then, okay, top spot for funny. Now, if there was anyone to trust, you're on a deserted island, who on the team would you rely on? And why?
This is an easy answer. Kimo Ferrari. Kimo is, in my opinion, the best kind of pound-for-pound athlete on the team. He does a little bit of everything for us, but he's also, killing it in the weight room. But I would just like to have Kimo with me. I think I'd feel more comfortable, with him, and his survival skills. And he's kind of, crafty, gets the job done. Definitely, I feel like we could make it off the island.
This was very well thought out. That was
Yeah.
a very good answer to that question. All right, and last but not least, we have to give shout-outs when shout-outs are due. Paxson, you have a dog.
I do.
Talk about him.
Yeah, so Rookie, if you're watching this, shout out to you. He's 15 years old, getting a little deaf, a little blind now, harder to move, but
Wise old man.
wise old man, 15 in dog years. I'm not going to do the math right now, but that's pretty old. So, Rookie, we love you. I hope you're having a good day. I wish I could show a picture or something, but
I'll try to find one. I'll pull it up there.
he's a cute dog. My best friend too. My family loves him, so shout out Rookie.
That's awesome. Your senior day is coming up. What does that mean to you? What does that day mean to you? What do you want to, try to play for, if you will?
For sure. You try not to think about it, too much, obviously. But playing at Brown has been awesome. I've only been here 2 years, but with kind of like the friends I've made and the relationships and the impact I feel like I've been here, my whole career. So it's definitely gonna be bittersweet. Uh, Playing in the Piz is awesome. Hopefully, we can get a good crowd, and I know my parents will be here, and Perry's family will be here as well. It'll be cool to play our last game in front of the fans, and hopefully it's not our last game in a brown uniform. Hopefully we make the playoffs. But yeah, I'm definitely really excited, looking forward to it. Don't want it to end, but all good things come to an end. But I just want to leave my mark and end on a high note and hopefully make postseason. So
All right, end on a bang.
and
All
on a
right.
bang.
Thank
So.
you so much for coming today, Pax, and good luck the rest of the season. And thank you guys for watching another episode of Keeping Up with the Bears.